Using market forces to slash emissions and fight global warming, thought to be doomed, has a new lease on life. It's called the Emissions Trading Scheme, and the EU is reforming its own ETS as China and other countries do the same. Ivo Belet is the EPP Group's shadow rapporteur on the Environment Committee. He says the EU plan will get final Parliament approval during the February plenary.
The ETS is a cornerstone in that transformation process towards a more sustainable economy on the one hand, and on the other hand, safeguarding jobs in the European Union.
So how will the EU plan work? Efforts to cut greenhouse gas emissions will need to speed up in order to reach Europe's 40% reduction target by 2030. And it gives needier member states the means to do it.
How can you help industry, certainly the energy-intensive industry, to move towards that sustainable economy on the one hand, and on the other hand, of course, avoid that so-called carbon leakage, meaning that jobs leak towards countries outside the European Union.
Here's how. Industry must cut emissions by 2.2% every year, up from 1.74%. Most emission allowances will be auctioned off, but sectors that face competition from products imported from countries that are not subject to climate measures will get those allowances for free.
What we do with ETS is not punish, it's not sanction, but it's a system of incentivizing those industries, and certainly the best pupils in the class, they can have those allowances for free if they can prove that they have the best technology in order to produce projects, in order to produce in the best sustainable way.
What about the money raised from those auctions, expected to exceed 10 billion euros? Most of it will be spent by member states to facilitate the transition to a low-carbon economy. Part of it will be invested in EU innovation, in new carbon-cutting technology. 2% of the take will go to a modernization fund to help lower-income member states upgrade their energy infrastructure.
This reformed emission trading system is not a shock therapy. We don't want to implement it from one day to the other. It's a gradual process, and it gives time to industry in order to adapt. And at the same time, we want to, of course, look into the job-related aspects of this transform. So it's a gradual process. It's ambitious, but it's realistic and feasible at the same time.
And that's not all. The legislation calls for a review in 2023 on whether additional measures are needed to comply with the Paris Climate Agreement to maintain Europe's commitment to fighting global warming. Find out more about the activities of the largest political force in Parliament by checking eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.